Okay, this is Pitfall: The Mayan Adventure on the Sega Genesis. Um, this one is. Oh wait, how do I? Okay. Oh, game is really dark. This game actually I never played on a console before. When I was a kid, we would get they would sell something called like you'd see these discs that they would sell at places like Circuit City and stuff like that, and eventually you would just see them at like dollar stores, but it would say stuff like 1,000 games epic collection or like 100 awesome games or whatever, you know. And like it was just a lot of the times they didn't really have interfaces. It was just a bunch of folders and some files inside the folders, and then like there was these like some of them were install, some of them you just got to play, but it wasn't very intuitive. It was one of those things where we're like, oh my god, where you kind of like had to learn how to use the computer if you didn't know how to use it already. But there was a lot of games on there that I remember from being a kid. Oh my goodness. I remember there was a game called Scunny Kart, which was a kind of like Mario Kart, but it was Scunny who was a skunk. What was Scunny? Fuck, what was he? He wasn't a skunk. A fox or something? I don't remember. But oh, what a dick. But yeah, I remember that game, and it was there was that. There was Microman, which I want to find because I remember being like entranced by Microman. Every time you start the game, a little like robot voice would just be like Microman, and then it would just like do 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 do, and they just start playing a beat. But it was such an old game that like the only time I can play a song was when it was like in the intro, and the rest of the game it was just sound effects. I remember when you actually start playing it, like there's a voice of a spaceship that comes out, and it's like, "You will die," and then when he like flies away, then you just get to play the game. But yeah, I don't Microman. But there was a lot of games like that, and like some of them were, you know, like just computer games, but some of them were like games that were ported from other consoles. And I remember vividly that this game here, Pitfall: The Mayan Adventure, was one of them. And I remember the reason why I remember this one specifically was because a lot of the times on those like computer games were a lot different. You know, it wasn't like, oh yeah, if it's on the console, it can be on the computer. It's like, no, not really. Computer games at the time were like a lot less advanced. So, what the fuck do I go? So, like there wasn't a lot of platformers and stuff, and if there was, they were very primitive looking. Like anything that looked like this was like unheard of. So I remember this game. I remember because it was like the first level the demo was, and it was one of those games that like, I mean, I don't think it was great, but because it was one of the only platformers that was on there, it was one of those things where I was just like, I mean, it's the only thing I got, you know. I mean, I had a Super Nintendo and a Genesis and all that kind of stuff, but it was something cool about playing it on the computer because, you know, it was like, well, the computer's for homework and blah blah blah, and it's like, yeah, but also I got this CD with like 1,000,000 games on it, and it felt like you were doing something wrong, but you weren't. You were just playing the games. Well, anyway, yeah, I remember this game specifically being on there, and that's why I was like, you know what? I don't remember much of it. Oh, what the fuck? What the hell? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I just blew up a jaguar. Cibalba Falls. Yeah, I don't think this was in the demo. I think you just like after that first fight, you just like the game ended. But yeah, I remember this game being, oh my god. I remember this game being on there, so when I remembered that it was also on the Sega, I was like, hey, you know what? I wonder, because I never thought of it as like a great game. It was just kind of meh. But I was like, how meh was it? Like, and then that's why I decided, you know what? Let's play this game. But yeah, they don't. It's whatever. I mean, you know. Yeah, it's just whatever. But I remember those like a lot of the games on there were like demos, because they were like they had like at the end of the thing, right? It'd be like, oh, you know, if you really like this game, send you know, John whatever a check for $5 or $10 to this address, and then, you know, we'll mail you a disc that has the full game. Because a lot of these were like, it wasn't like companies. Like this was, I guess, an exception. Because there was also, I remember Mega Man X had a demo for the PC that was on there as well. That was the first time I ever played Mega Man X. Was on the PC actually. But, and you know, that had the same thing where it's like, you know, for the full game, you know, send us this, or, you know, look at your local retailer for Mega Man X on the computer, PC, Windows 95, whatever. But most of the games that were on there were actually like, it was just some dude in his like garage, like, who learned how to make games and just was able to like score his game onto that disc. And so a lot of the games weren't like super high quality, and I don't mean high quality in like a bad way, like, or like, you know, they were very much like simple graphics and stuff like that. And yeah, I just remember that it was a wild time, and I found a lot of cool games on there that, like, I don't know where the hell I'd even begin looking for them now, because oh fuck, because I don't remember, you know, the names of them or anything. But I do remember getting a lot of enjoyment out of those damn free games. 1,000 games, over 1,000 games on a disc or something that we got. And I remember later on too, I saw that same disc that I had. It might have been a different variation of it, but it looked really similar to the one that we had as kids. And I found it at a swap meet, and I picked it up, and I think I might have it still. And if I do, I'm going to try to record some of that stuff, because that stuff's crazy old. But god damn it. Yeah, like, I don't remember what the name of the game is, and I really wish I did, because it was like one of my favorite games to play. But it was like Pirate something. It was a pirate themed game where you were like on a boat, and you it was like a grid. Why the fuck is he so slippery? Oh my god. Yeah, I remember this game was not great. This game is not great. But yeah, I remember. Oh, cool. Oh, well. Yeah, it was this game where you kind of run a grid, and then every time you moved, you like lost some of your supplies or something, and you had to like go to islands to like pick up food and resources. But then also you would get random, like, other pirates would attack you, so you'd have to fight them, and whoever had like the most supplies would win. But you would also run out of supplies, so you had to go find more, and you always ended up like losing, because there was, you know, it wasn't one that went forever. But it was really basic, and like the graphics were like really old, and like it was just a freaking window, like a, you know, like a normal Windows 95 looking ass window. But I remember like I remember that game being one of those like ones, because you know, as a kid you have a lot more time, and I remember on the computer specifically, I was just like what else is on this disc? Because no one, I don't think anyone fucking goes through all 1,000 folders, because again, they're not really organized. It's just there's just like 1,000 folders of like files, and some of them work, some of them don't, some of them are compatible, some of them have to be installed, some of them just run off the exe. Like it was like a whole thing. So you know, finding a good one and then remembering what the fuck it's called, because it's not like the folders say like, you know, like Johnny's treasure chest. It would just say like, you know, like JCX or something. You know, it was just abbreviations and numbers and shit. So like finding something that you liked was hard, and then remembering what it was called was also difficult. So yeah, there's a lot of games like that from that time that I remember that were good. There was that I liked playing. There was I think it was called Windbrick, and it was like a breakout type game. You know, like traditional normal ass breakout. But I remember that it was, what the fuck? How did I get? But it had like different power-ups and stuff, and that kind of, what the hell? What? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Wait. Can I? What's this? Oh, interesting. Oh, a heart. But yeah, I remember Windbrick 95 or 98 or whatever. I remember there was one game. It was kind of like Breakout, but it was in 3D, so it kind of looked like Doom. But you were playing Breakout. I don't remember what it was called. The only thing I remember, and this will be the last thing before I end this video, but I remember that every level was named after after an element on the periodic table of the elements. So, you know, like borium and hydrogen and oxygen. Like each, like level 1 was hydrogen, and then level 2 was oxygen, and then or whatever. I don't know what goes where, but they were in order. And I remember the last one that it let you play, or maybe they weren't in order. I don't know, but I remember. I think neon. I think that's a fucking element. I don't remember. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. But I remember that neon was one of the levels, one of the last levels that you can play before like the demo ended. And my smart ass was like, well, because I figured it out. I was like, these words, they're elements. So maybe if I like type in one of the later elements, like I'll be able to skip the whole game and just get to the end. And I remember I tried one, and then, or maybe neon's the one I tried. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. And I remember, yeah, neon, I think maybe that was the one I tried. But it was like, oh, this level's not available in this version. And I just remember like, damn it, I big brained too hard. Like I broke it. Whoa, what is he doing? Okay, yeah, I don't know what the fuck they want me to do, but I'm done. But yeah, that's the last Windows 95 and the demo discs. Cool, fun times. All right, that's enough of this. This game sucks. This game's actually not great. It's really dark. It's pretty ugly, and yeah, it's just, would not recommend.